11th and 12th grade timpani excerpt for All-State. Why am I standing behind a marimba? Well, I think that when you've got to change the tuning on the timpani, it's a good idea to play it first on the marimba so that you get a good idea of exactly what it sounds like. You need the sound in your head so that you can tune it correctly. There's only one tuning change in this. The E flat on the 26-inch drum gets changed to a D natural at one point, but you have to do it blindly, and so you have to have the gauges set on the drums ahead of time. Before you walk into audition, make sure that you tune the drum to a D, set the gauge, or make a mark on the gauge if there's no actual letter there, and also tune the E flat. Make sure that you know exactly where both of them are so that you can do it by sight. As soon as you hear yourself play the new chord, make sure that you adjust it to get it in tune. It's okay if you start off a little out of tune, but you would like to fix it as you go along. The two chords that you're going to play are basically an E flat major chord with the G on the bottom, and that sounds like this. You're going to wind up tuning it to what amounts to a G minor chord, G, B flat, D. So I would suggest practicing setting the tuning gauges so that you can play this little arpeggio pattern back and forth and then blindly tune the drums with a little bit of space in between. Something like this. Retune it. And do this back and forth several times so you can get the sound in your ear and know that when it's in tune or not. Okay, so when we get behind the drums, tune quickly and tune from the bottom of the pedal range. So if we have an E flat, start at the bottom of the range and scoop up to it as quickly as possible. Now, a couple of things to think about here. The pulse of the etude stays the same throughout. You go from 2/4, which the pulse is, of course, perhaps here, 1 and 2 and 1. By the time we get to 6/8, the dotted quarter note pulse stays the same. Pop, 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 pop. You really need to feel this through the entire 6/8, because when you get to measure 38, you drop a couple of groups of 4s in there. And if you're thinking of the main pulse, 1, 2, 1, 2, at this point you're just thinking of the 4s as two groups of, say, 16th notes, as they would be in 2/4 time. So we play the measure 37 right before that as, say, a quarter note triplet. Bum, 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 triplet, bum. Comes on beats 1, 3, and 5 right before we drop in the 4s. So measure 37 and 38 are going to be da 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 da. Then the pulse will remain the same as you come back out of the 6/8 into measure 49. So we've been playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, and 2, and 1, da 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 da. Use the measure rest right before 149 to start thinking in straight eighth notes again, to get it back into the feeling of 2/4. Likewise, it's almost easier in measure 36 to think of the first half of that measure as though you are in 2/4 and you're playing a sextuplet pattern. And then it goes into what would feel like a triplet, beats 4, 5, and 6. Da da da. Okay, so this is etude number 20 from Pedal to the Kettle by Kirk Gay.